Hello, everybody. Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and this is going to be our new time. From now on, I'll wait and come on at 8 p.m. Eastern from now on Wednesday evenings, and we'll do our normal prompt session and our doodly borders after I do a quick haul video. And Tippy just climb up here, and he wants me to be quiet, but I'm going to put him over in his bed behind me. Hi, Mary. So let me move my Tippy boy. I said I was going to move you, buddy. He's so tired. All right, darling. Come here. All right. Let's sit you over here. Here you go, baby. So yesterday was Tuesday, and Scott and I went to Goodwill. Well, we actually went to 2 Goodwills, and we didn't get a whole lot. Hi, Kendra. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Holly. I need to come down a little bit further. And my lady's face got messed up the other night, but that's okay. Now she looks like something out of some kind of horror movie. I saw this mug. I paid 99 cents for it. It says, "You want puff? I'll give you puff." And I thought it was hilarious. It's kind of a warped sense of humor, and it kind of fits me. But yeah. So if anybody doesn't know, that's a mine, and the fish has painted the mine up to look like a blowfish. There's no markings on it or anything, and it's not signed, so I don't know who came up with the idea, but I thought it was hilarious. Let me see. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Giovanna. Hi, Mina. So I got that cup, and then I saw these. Do y'all remember the Nestle's Nestique mugs? And I'm going to clean these up real good, and we're going to put them on Scott's eBay site and see if I can sell them. I paid 79 cents each for them, but they're the world mugs. So if I can make a little bit of money off from these, that'd be cool. So these have to go to the kitchen so I can clean them up. I'm going to do that really quick, and then I'll be right back. I just didn't want to leave them in the way where I might accidentally knock them over. I could have took this one too. And then the other thing we got at that Goodwill was this pet carrier. And I'll clean it out with bleach and everything. I paid $4.99 for it. So that way I have a pet carrier for each of the 3 cats. I'm trying to catch up. Hey, Janet. I hope you guys don't mind me changing the time to 8 o'clock. We're going to call the roofer that my sister recommended, but I left the phone number down at the house, so we're going to do that this weekend. Long story short, we decided not to use that guy that we were talking to before. It was not going to work out for us. We just didn't have a good feeling about it. Hi, Susan. Hi, Teresa. Yep, Nescafe mugs. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Hey, Beth. Hi, Mary Hill. And then we went to our favorite Goodwill, which is in Travelers Rest. And I scored. This is kind of a stitched background. Excuse the motorcycle going by. But these great big ones as big as my hand, and they were 89 cents each. This one's bigger, and I got that one for 89 cents. And I got this one for 89 cents. And I got this tools for 89 cents. And that was 89 cents. And that was 89 cents. So I thought that was really good for those stamps. So the stamps were only 89 cents each. And then I got this fun yarn for 89 cents. It's normally $4.30 something at Hobby Lobby. And I like the colors. I thought that would be good for cluster creation. And then I got some Red Heart yarn. I don't really care for this too much. I like softer yarns. I find Red Heart kind of stiff. I like the Red Heart Super Soft, I think it's called. It's softer than this. But I have some yarns like these already that I'm going to make afghans out of. And that is all I got. And these were $1.89 a piece. This is that hunter green. And this is cherry red. And the color on this yarn bee is Fiesta. So I thought that was a really great deal on the rubber stamps and the yarn for that matter. But look at the size of this one stamp. It's huge and never been used. This one's been used. That's never been used. This one says it was normally $13.75. This one, the original price sticker was removed. This one says it was originally $15.25. This one doesn't have a sticker on it. So it doesn't have anything. That one says it was originally $10.50. And I don't see anything on that one. So, anyway, that was my Goodwill haul. Let me look at Bernadette real quick. She's acting weird. What's the matter? You okay? You want your fan back on? So I was going to try to catch us up on the borders, but I think I'm going to stick with the 8 because I tried to look some up. Let me see. So I just got lucky spotting those stamps. They weren't on the shelves. They were above clothes in one of those top bins. If you ever are in Goodwill, don't neglect above the clothes because sometimes they just walk around and stick stuff in those top bins that are above the clothes instead of putting it over on the shelf. Hi, Ruth Lamb. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Hi, Suze. I think I said hi to Teresa. Hi, Dawn. And everybody, Dawn Andreas, Dawn's Crafty Room, she had her implant done today. So I'm hoping she did good. Her spinal cord stimulator. She was having that done today. There was somebody else I wanted to mention, and I can't remember. There's one final day on the auction over on Gina's group. They're trying to raise money for a crafter that's in our community that's her husband is suffering through cancer and getting treatment and everything. And today is the final day through tomorrow of their auction where they're trying to raise money to help her. And there was something else. There was something else, and I can't remember what it was. Hi, Joyce. Getting a full room. I think I'm missing people. Hi, Lori. Lori loves Montana. And I think that catches me up. Hey, there's Cheryl. So let's get started. I went on Pinterest to kind of give me some. I'm not going to share the pictures I found on Pinterest. I'm just going to try to use them as a tool. You can look up things on Pinterest just like I can. So I'm going to do 8 borders, and I'm going to just do them in the order that I have the pictures printed off. And I'll try to give credit for who recommended them. Violet, you came up with this one. I don't know if Violet's in here or not. But Violet had said, let's do owls. So let me see if I can. They're showing that you just do 2 circles, like 2 circles. And then on one circle, you give them the kind of funky little eerie things with some feathers at the bottom. And then they're showing some feathers out the side. I don't know what this is going to look like. And then on the face, and then down here, okay. And I might just do one owl and not a whole border of them and do them because it'll take me all night to do them. And then they have the little feet. I don't know. This owl's not very good. But like Mary says, it's practice. You just got to keep practicing. It's not a very good owl here. And if I'd used pencil, I could erase that. I might try another one in pencil. Teresa, that'd be awesome. I forgot to do that. I can do it here at the bottom. I can put it in my group. I always forget to go to the little arrow and share it. I missed something about a kitty cat. Everybody's very talkative. Hi, Joan Bell. Yeah, I'm going to start coming on at 8 instead of 7 Eastern. I'm going to come on an hour later. I think it'll work out for most everybody. Yeah, Kendra, on some of these, I don't know. I think I need to practice that, but that's how I did that owl. Let me show you guys up close. And I can't imagine doing a whole row. Maybe I should do them a little bit easier. Maybe if I did them in pencil and then outlined them in the ink, yeah, it would come out better. So I'll do that more owls when I'm just sitting here on my own sometime. Let's see, maybe I should do it in pencil. All right, and then somebody else said, let's do snails. And I thought I had some other snails that looked. Here's an easy one. Let's do feathers. I can do the feathers. Holly, you'll have to share in the group. All right, let's do a feather. This is how they showed on this one website. Do a line and then add kind of leaf shapes like this. And then just do more leaf shapes. Okay. Something like that. And then you just make lines. From the main line up. You do that on each one. Something like that. Mine's not looking quite like they've got here. Well, again, this one's going to take some practice, apparently. It kind of looks like a feather. Some of it looks better than other. Yours keep looking like bats. Holly said bats are cool. I don't remember who said to do feathers. It was Janet. I'm going to do one of each, and then I might go back and try to do some more across. We'll see. All right, so let's do shells. This one was the best tutorial on how to do shells. So I'll do one of each type that they showed, and then I can come back and repeat them. So do an upside down teardrop. Okay. And then you're just going to do and then they have little things at the bottom like that. So there's one type of shell. And then you do an upside down teardrop, but you make the top of it more flat like that. And then on top of that, you just add like a layer cake. And then you've done another one. And then give it a bump out here and a lip on the edge. So there's another one. Then this one you start with an angled line, and then start with this one and just come around and do a curly Q like this, and then make the other, so you see the other side of it like so. And that's all they had on that. Then again, they do a funny little like teardrop shape. And then on one side, you come down around like that. Like so. And then just bring a line down to meet up. See, that one I went too far. I'm going to try that one again because they have it like this. And bring this around, this down. I can't seem to do this one. He looks funny. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. Let's see. And then on this side, it has it just come down. That's closer to what they're looking for. You know, 3x3 box. All right, I'll switch over to a fresh piece of paper here in a minute. And then the last one I have is of the shells that I printed off, is I just did a V and then just do like a scalloped edge along the top, and then you just add lines like that. All right. Then this was, who wanted the seashells? That was Sharon. I'll draw some boxes on the next page, and we'll do another attempt of some of the more difficult ones. That was Sharon Lombard. The next one was a Mina. Mina had said squirrels. So I'm going to do a squirrel. All right, so they're showing a squirrel like this. Do a circle and an oval. Then add a circle here. And another oval. And then a part, and then another oval. And then on this one, they're showing that they put arms on him. This is not going to be a very good squirrel. Now I'll take my marker and I'll just go over. Let me erase the pencil sketchy lines, see what we end up with. His face needs help. But it's not too bad of a squirrel. All right. This new chat that I'm getting is like super, super small, and it's white lettering on a black background. And I hate that because I cannot see it worth beans. If a bat ever gets in your house, just get a sheet and throw it over him. It's the easiest way to catch them. Hi, Mitz. So I'll try some more of these in 3x3. Turn your night vision off. I didn't turn it on. YouTube did. It's not me. It's this new thing. I don't know. I wouldn't know where to do that, Beth. This is a millennial thing that they do this whole white letters on a black background, and it's impossible. Well, I didn't click it, Beth, so I haven't a clue. I've got live chat. I got the 3 dots, and under the 3 dots, it says participants, pop-out chat, toggle timestamp, whatever that is. If I right click, I don't see anything there. I don't know. It's just weird. Oh, that the timestamp gives the time of each comment. Okay. All right. Anyway, I'm going to go back to this. So the squirrel was Mina's idea. And then let's do the 5th one, which, let's see, was teapots. Now I've got a row of teapots here, but like I said, I might just do just a couple of them. This one shows I'm going to have to come over here because the squirrel's feet are in the way. They did kind of a round oval at the top. Then it comes down like this. And then they show edge. Down, back out, down, back out. And then on this one, it looks like they just put some funny little bow-shaped butterflies on it. I might just put just a couple of them where you make the little squarish wings. And then give it some antennae. And then this teapot has this. So you could play with the teapots. The teapots I could sit and doodle all evening because they're kind of fun, but I don't do so well with the animals. And then they did flowers at the bottom here. I'll go in my settings and see if I can figure out how to get it to where I can read it, because right now I just can't hardly see the chat. Yeah, I'll check into it after, Cheryl, because if I try to do all that now, it might mess us up. Hi, Christine. Hi, Janice. Oh, it was G. Brody. I wanted to give a shout out. G. Brody has broke her right wrist, so she's going to be trying to craft with the left hand. I saw her announce that on Instagram, and I know she pops in sometimes here, so I wanted us to give her some positive thoughts. It's just the black on the black background. I saw it, Beth. I can't bother with it right now, or we'll never get anything done. All right, y'all are talking about mice. Somebody said mice. So let's see. That was Ruth. Oh, the teapots was Mina. Mina's teapots and squirrels ended up together. And then Ruth said mice. And I found this cute little mouse. On here. Just make a kind of a V like that. Then give him some ears. That. And draw a body. And a tail. mousy tail. And they had another little, and then just 2 little black dots for eyes. I thought that one was kind of cute. Mine's a little fat mouse compared to what they had here. Oh, whiskers. He needs some whiskers. Let's do one. Well, there's another little mouse. Tanya's having another live sale on August 22nd at 7 p.m. And then August 20th at 12 noon Central Standard Time. Tanya, they'll continue the book project, and it's going to be on Tanya's channel. Is that correct? Yeah, I forgot all about how this is all messed up with the colors and everything. Hi, Lisa. I'm going to get it sorted so next week I can actually follow chat without being aggravated by it being so small and on this white writing on a black background. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. But anyway, there's my mice, and I'm going to do some 3-inch boxes on the next. And then somebody said ferns, and that was Journey. And I just printed this free printables like this. You can look this up. It's free printables from thepaintedhive.net. So when I look at these, I just see like you're going to do a feather, but then at the tip, you do a few, like you're doing pine needles. And then you just put fronds out from either side and add pine needles to each side of that, and you'll end up with kind of a fern. You could do it like that. I'm calling them pine needles because that's kind of what it looks like. I guess it depends on the fern too. There's all different kinds of ferns. So that's one way. And then you could do the frond again, but then do the wiggly lined edges. And then just do, I just call them wiggly squiggly fronds on your fern. So that's a fern. That was Journey. And then the last one I had was the snail, I think. Because we did the owl. And then I had snails. The snail is another one I might need to do a bigger one on a 3x3 square. All right. So, let's see. If you do a slight line like this, and then you could do a circle like that, and have this come back, and you add his body. That's kind of a snail. I guess we could give him eyes. They don't really have eyes, I don't think. And then this one's showing his body. It's got stripes. Or you could do well, I'm off the page with it. And he would have his tail down here. All right, I'm going to turn the page and draw some squares. And we'll just do real slow, one owl, a snail, or whatever. So if I divide this up into some larger squares, all right, let me, my knees have been hurting since doing that fast painting down there at the house. So every time I sit down, I get really stiff and extra painful. All right, let me try another snail here. I hope you guys aren't bored watching me do animals and stuff here. Oh, Lisa, you're getting an upgrade in service? I haven't started on the envelopes yet because with this whole fiasco with the roof and everything, I've just been kind of... Janice, I don't watch SpongeBob. I've never seen an episode of SpongeBob. Ever. We're not real big TV watchers. I watch things on Netflix, and that's about it. All right. I want to do this snail. I think I'm going to do his main body first. Let's see here. And then bring this line down to match that. And then you put his tail or whatever you want to call it. And then up here, you have to show part of his body. And it comes up. And then you go out and give him his antenna. Like so. And then they're showing where it's kind of shaded right here. And the shading comes all down in. So, a lot of shading in here. This shading in the wrong spot. That's why I like the white erasers, because when you erase, you don't end up with a whole bunch of eraser boogers. And then he's up here on this antenna here. They've darkened the end, and then down here. They did the same on this one. Okay. And if you wanted to, and you had your color pencils handy, you could, you know, get crazy and give him all kinds of fun things. And then they're showing a few lines to denote where his shell goes. I got a few here and wispy ones here and there. And see, I'm barely touching the pencil down. Instead of drawing the lines, I'm just kind of barely touching the pencil down. And that way you don't get a really strong, hard line, because you don't want hard lines. You want just barely touching. So they're more sketchy than they are drawn. And see, there's my snail. Not too bad, I don't guess. All right, so I did a snail. And Beth, which ones did you want to see again? Did you want the, I can't remember. I know you wanted to do the squirrel, I think. Oh, thanks, Suzanne. The first two. Well, let me peek and see what my first two were. The feather and the owl. All right. So, okay. The feather, they did a line. And then up here, they just made it look like the top of a leaf with a slight point, and then back down. And then up here, this feather is going to be a little bit shorter because I didn't allow enough room. And then they're showing on this one, they come up and into that. And then you just kind of follow your first one. It's almost like they want you to create kind of an S shape and then back in. And I would just practice with shading, because the shading is what really brings stuff to life. There was no shading on this, so I'm just playing. Hello, Tippy. Okay, buddy. Okay. I'm sure everybody's glad you're here. I love you, honey. I love you. Lay down. That's a good boy. I don't know how this is going to work when I want to draw the next thing, but we'll try. So you could just keep, if you had, like I said, if I had my colored pencils over here, we could really play with these, but I don't have them over here. So there's my feather. Everybody says hi, Tippy. All right, and then the other was the owl. Let me see. Feather. I can do another seashell. I'd like to do a squirrel, but I wanted to do the two Beth really wanted to see first. Of course, it'll be on the last sheet that I can't get my stinking hands on. All right. Oh, Beth, this is that little index book I was telling you about for your index card thing. I got this for $2 at Big Lots, and it's got plastic covers and an elastic band. So when I do my index cards with you, I can put them back in here. Sorry, guys. All right. I'm going to draw it just like they've got it here, and then we'll clean him up as we go. So they're doing two round shapes. They do one like that, and then they do another underneath. And the one on the bottom looks just slightly bigger than the one on the top. And then on the one on the top, they actually did a division on the face of it for the owl. So they did a line kind of right in the middle of him, like this. And then about a third of the way up, they did a line back this way. And then they did a line back across his face like this. On the second picture, they want you to put the little ear or whatever you want to call it right here. And they did a line up. And then this one kind of rounds back down. And it stays within this first top quadrant here. And they gave the bottom of it kind of a feathery look. And then on this side, they did the same thing at about the same height. You come out. And then on this one, they made him look real woodsy looking. And they brought that kind of down and keep it in that same quadrant. And then you do the cheek feathers, and they show them coming down from here almost to the bottom of this quadrant. And then they did them in. And then they come out from the bottom here and add another feather that comes out and then loops back up to that one. Then on this side, it comes out and rounds back. And then there's another one that comes out and comes down and meets with his chin. This is harder with Tippy here. All right. And then in picture 3 is when they want us to add the wings. And they came from where where we just drew that line, they came in here and they went out from the body. You can get up and leave if you don't like it, mister. He's getting testy because he wants me to go do something. All right. And they did a kind of like this, a little jaunt out, and then this one follows his body circle and up, and then they have it come down toward his bottom here like that. And then on this side they do the same thing. I've got my circles a little bigger than it's supposed to be, but they have this here comes out and then rounds down a little ways. And then this has another little loopsy doopsy here like that. And then they have his wing come down again. And then from the second little loopy thing here on the side of his face, they come out there from his body. And this comes around and connects with what you just drew on this side. And then this line inside his wing goes away. Okay. And then on this side, you're going to come out right at his chin, around and out, and bring it back in to meet that one. All right. And then we got to do something with his face here. On his face, you've got the division line right here in the center. At the top where those two cross, just a tiny bit below those, you're going to bring and come up above your line. And then you're going to curve back down and go to the side of his face to your original circle. And then you come back and to the top. And you do it again on that side where you bring up and above this. All right. And then kind of have an arch that comes in like the moon laying on its back over here to the side of your beginning circle. And then you're going to make a curve. And this comes down just below your line. Okay, and you're going to do the same little curve on the other side and come down and meet that. So now we've got this here. All right, that's everything on that one. Okay, let's finish his face out. Okay, where you've got your X right here, that's going to be the tip of his beak. So come out from there and up a little ways, not too far. And I'm going to have to go deal with cats. And then give him his beak here. Like so. All right, let me go deal with cats real quick. Tippy out, Howie in. Be careful, buddy. All right. We're gonna tackle this owl yet, okay? All right. So there's his beak, and then you have to do the two circles for his eyes, and you're going to use your guideline in the middle, and you just come up and around and then back to his beak, and you do the same on this side, up and around. And this one they took all the way down and came around like all the way down to that other reference line, right? And then in the center of those, you're just going to put the two circles. And then they've got two little dots where you leave it white and then shade in the rest of it, of his eye. right? And then they want you to add, like he's got feathers on his chest. And they just did like this to make it look like feathers. Like that. And then they gave him some funny little feet. And let's see, about here in the center of his bottom, just a little off. Like if that was the center, come over just a little bit. And you're going to make like these. Do one there. Do one here. Like he's got shoes on. And then what they did is they gave him some toenails. There's one. And then this one comes out. There's a line there and a line there. And just give him some toenails there. And Mary's right. If you talk about it as you're doing it, then you got to do the bottom side of those toes and around. If you talk about it as you're doing it, it's so much easier. So give him a couple toenails on this side. Again, if these are not going to be perfect because I'm just learning to do these owls. All right. And then they go in and you remove your reference points gently. Your original drawing. Or your circles and your guidelines. If you erase those, that's why you only do them lightly so that they're easier to take away later. And then you have to go back in and then you can have all kinds of fun coloring him in. And but I'll leave the coloring in to you guys if you want to color in. But that's just one instruction on how I saw to do the owls. You know, give him little feathers and fluffs out the top of his. These would be little feathery things here. Then you can work on his feathers and stuff. Howard, you guys are being nuisances tonight. Come on. Go on. So I hope you guys are enjoying this and not bored with me. I'd put a little shadow under his wing. Maybe along under here. But all the little shadows and that kind of stuff, that's what takes all the time. You know, to bring them on, you know, to fruition and life, you know, you don't want to get too crazy when you're trying to do something quick on here. And I figure, you know, if you guys want to tackle more shading and stuff, you can do that while you're watching something or just listening into a live. If you just want to practice your shading. So I think it would be fun to have his little mask all shaded. And you know, if you just put this on lightly, then you could get you a blending stub and blend with it. And look up owls. But that's pretty good for a quick how-to. I'd like to do a squirrel. I've got the squirrel here again. I'd like to try to do another one of those if you guys can. Yeah, I like more realistic ones if I can attempt it. But if you guys want to do the owl like that, you can. I wouldn't mind drawing this little guy again and putting him on a card. Thanks, Lisa. Okay, so let's do this squirrel. They're actually showing for the body, you do the two, that's where I messed up. You do an oval for his chest, and then you do an egg for his body here. It's kind of an egg. Like that. And then on top of these, you add another little circle here. And then there's a little circle here for his nose. And then on this, you're going to come down like this and put one ear here and one ear here. And let's see, he's got an arm sticks out here. And this is going to be the other arm here. And it's going to come up like so. And then I'm going to have a partial circle off this side, and then a great big circle here. And then out of here, you're going to have a couple lines. These are just guidelines. And then his tail. And then out the bottom here. Okay. Okay. So if I take away some of these guidelines, let's see what we end up with. All right. I'll look at chat here in just a minute. Need to erase more of that guideline there. Well, that's not too bad for old half-baked squirrel here. Becky, you do an amazing job on your art. Oh, thank you. So there's a little squirrel. And again, you could go in and do some shading and stuff. And blending stubs really, when you're working with pencil, blending stubs really makes things come to life if you blend it out some. His nose should have stuck out a little farther, but that's okay for us doing it together. I still got 2 squares left. We did the owl. We could do a shell. I kind of like the one at the very beginning that you do the upside down teardrop, and then it's nothing but adding scallops to it. 1, 2, you add 3 scallops on each side. And then at the bottom, they have that little, they're showing where it goes like that, 2 loopy things, but I'm just thinking like that. And then if you just came in and did shading work, you could make it look like it's really dimensional. And when you're shading, if you go outside the lines, you can always clean that up with an eraser. So there's a shell. And we did the squirrel, we did the owl. Let's do a little mouse since we did mostly all critters. Do another mouse. These mice are easy because you just start with the like a letter V for their nose. I'm going to do this one where it's like a V. That's too long. No, maybe not. Oh, that's not right. It's got another ear back here. He needs a little mousy tail. Erase the line we have in his ear. Would be behind. This doesn't have to come down quite so far, I don't guess, does it? Yeah. All right. All right, I've played long enough, I guess, with sketching critters. But go on Pinterest and just type in what you'd like to sketch, and you'll get all kinds of, ideas, little simple drawings. If you wanted to do even simpler drawings, you could look up coloring pages, and you would get all kinds of lists for, just a simple line drawing that you could color in. But if you want to, take on the challenge of, just practicing, more realistic, lifelike ones, there's lots of opportunities out there, and it's, start you a sketchbook and just go for it, because you're only going to get better if you do it. So there we go. So I hope you all enjoyed that. And next week, I'm going to see about doing fire hydrants next week, jelly beans, dune fences, paper dolls, turtles, bears, and then Mina, you said Lost in Space. Do you mean the robot? And acorns. So we'll do them next week. And would you rather we continue with borders, or do you want to do sketches in larger squares? I'll do whichever you guys want to. Okay, we can do that. Well, these are going to stay in here. This little sketch pad that I picked up at the thrift store for a couple dollars. So they're going to stay in here. I guess I should sign and date them. And it's August 7th, 2019. Thanks, Allie. So those are what we did there. I like how the snail and the mouse turned out, and the owl. The squirrel, the squirrel has issues. He's had a rough day. So now I'm going to do the ATC backgrounds. So who all's playing prompt session, Dirty Dozen? And I will probably just go on through them and get them done. Spent an hour and a half just sketching. Kendra's playing. Okay. I just want to kind of know who all's playing. So Kendra, just watching, Cheryl, Beth, Sharon, and Mary. Everybody's welcome to play or just write the prompts down for later. That's fine too. I need to get a pad so that I can write these down to put in the description box later. We'll just do the cat cards again. And I'm just going to cut them in half because that way I don't have to shuffle them. I'm going to pull the, I think we kind of like having 4 alts. So I'm going to do 4 alternatives. So the first 4 I'm pulling are just the ones you'll use if you don't like what I pull, okay? Hi, Roy. Hi, JL. All right, so I'm going to give you your alternates first. And you know what, Janet, I bet I missed you saying you didn't turn the stupid autofocus off. So I've been probably driving you guys crazy. I'm sorry. Maybe it won't do it now. All right, sorry about that. All right, I'm going to give 4 alternates. Alternate 1 is use black. These are only if you don't like what I pull as a regular prompt. Alt 2, write a positive word or phrase. That one's a long one to write out. Alt 3, use metallic paint. And Alt 4, doodle with 3 different markers. And that can be 3 black markers in different widths. It can be 3 different colors of markers. Just 3 different markers. All right, so now we're going to start our prompts. Prompt number 1. If I can get it to come up from here. Add hearts. You can draw your hearts. You can paint your hearts. You can glue hearts down. If you've got some hearts punched out somewhere. I'm looking to see if I've got some punched out already. I think I'm just going to draw some. Well, my mom told me earlier today that my niece and her fiance went off and got married at the Justice of the Peace over the weekend. Because he got a job in Pennsylvania, and they wanted to get married before they moved up there so that everybody that wanted to be there could be there. So I guess my brother and his wife, and I don't know who all else went to the courthouse with them, or if they went on their own. The All About Fabrics is having a sale this week, but we got to do repairs on Scott's car, so I don't guess I'll go. I was wanting to go and get some more of the that quilting fabric by Kim Deals, I think is her name. They had some of her quilt fabric there, and I wanted to get some more, but it's okay. The car's got to run, so priorities, right? Sometimes it's just the way it is. I should have just drawn bigger hearts. This is taking too long. But that's okay, I guess. The reason I'm turning my paper is so that the hearts will go in all different directions. Been watching this series on Netflix called The Worst Witch. It's a cute little show. I would have liked it when I was little. All right, I'm done. I'm ready for the next one. How about you guys? Thanks, guys. Oh, boy. I bet you really noticed it during 9/11 too, Roy. Down at our house, we live, it was 10 minutes to the Columbia, South Carolina airport. And during 9/11, to not have any planes go over, it was freakishly quiet. It was really scary. All right. You like that show too? Yes. Okay, I've got some readies. I'm going to call the next one. Number 2, add flowers. I think I'm just going to stamp some. Add flowers. I'm just going to stamp some out. Okay. So that'll stop blowing right on me. You okay, Bernie? That one little girl on that show, she keeps herself in hot water. Oh, it jumped. So I'm going to have a double image. No, not as bad as I thought. Whoever wants to do them is fine. It's very helpful. All right. I didn't get nearly anything done today like I had planned to. There we go. All right, I've got my flowers added. Oh, what's going on with Allie? Oh dear, be safe. I hate when there's sirens. Oh, Susan, that's scary. Usually whatever you guys are talking about, we get the next couple days. So as soon as somebody else is ready, I'll call the next one. All right, Kendra's ready. Allie says she's in the basement. All right, so I'm going to call number 3. Drip paint down your page. Drip paint down page. Drip paint. Do I really want to drip paint? I'll be right back, you guys. I think Bernadette needs to go to the bathroom. Can you go potty? All right, hang on. Come here. You gotta have your pretty necklace on. I won't be long. All right. Let Mama get her slippers on, honey. Hang on. Your timing kind of sucks. Tippy wants to come in. Oh, sorry, Tip. Do not chase Tippy. You can't even see him. No. Come on. All right, come here. Come here. Get in your bedroom and I'll give you a cookie. No, come on. Get in your bedroom. I'll give you a cookie. You gotta sit. Sit. I'll give you a cookie. In a little bit, we'll get out and play. Okay? Your cookie. All right. And Mommy's got to quickly do this other. Hi, Tippy. Tippy-doo, Tippy-doo. I got to drip paint down the page, Tippy. All right, come on, Howard. I know. Turn the kitchen light on so Howard can eat. Guys, they're waiting on me. All right, behave. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I was going to have to like herd cats and the dog at the same time. The dog can't see. So when the cats are sitting there, they know she can't see, but they'll just sit there and let her run over them. So I try to keep her from running over them. It's a comedy of errors, really. It really is. That is not going to drip like that. That'll drip. Not wanting to drip worth beans. I'll catch up with you guys here and give you the next prompt. Good enough. Oh, geez. Now I got another cat at the back door. Oh. All right. I'm sure you guys are ready. Are you ready? I'm going to call the next prompt. I didn't know I was going to have to do that. Stencil with white. Stencil with white. Or use an alternate. White's not going to show on mine. I'm going to do, I think I'm just going going to add some metallic paint. I think that was one of the alternates. I need to dry real quick. Now I'm going to add some metallic paint. Yeah, I could just stencil on the red hearts, couldn't I? Oh, I know what that noise was. That was Howard digging on the cat scratcher on the back door. I was like, what is that noise? I had some very misbehaving animals tonight. They're mad because I don't have any more canned cat food. At least Tippy is. I got you. In or out? Pick one. Howard, why don't you go? Because as soon as I go back over here, you're going to be a pain in the neck and that. Be a good boy. Okay. So I did metallic paint instead of stencil with white. So mine are going to be metallic green this time. I don't have any of my things over here. Yeah, Tippy's he'll eat dry cat food, but he prefers wet. And Callie demands both. And Howie, he could live on dry all the time. Every cat has a different personality. Every single one is different. Yeah, we had two orange cats, Tesla and Nikki, and when they passed, Scott and I just said, no, we're not getting any more. And then Scott got the job up here, and this litter of kittens was dumped on us, and that's where Howie, Tippy, and Callie came from. And then the next year, a different cat came, and she left Spot on the back step. And he comes and goes. He doesn't stay with us very much. He's been staying the last couple of weeks, so real close. He got hurt real bad the last time he was gone, and he's healing up. I don't think he'll be hanging around much longer. I think he's on the mend. Anyway, we don't travel. If we didn't have animals, we could probably travel more. But like you say, it's not fair to an animal to be gone all the time. I understand that. So I'm ready whenever you guys are. Just let me know. I'm so hoping something wonderful happens on the next few prompts, or this is kind of dodgy. I might leave the green out afterwards when it's dry and just paint the back with the green metallic like Mary does her backs, because I think it looks really cool. You can still kind of see the flowers on there. Ready. Okay. Add a napkin. Add a napkin. And I had one just here. I just grabbed the first one I came to. And I think I got this in Tanya's napkin swap last year, or whenever we did it. There's one. There's two. Doesn't want to tear the opposite way. There we go. Oops. Whoops. Got way too much that time. The air conditioner's blowing my napkin pieces all over the place. I'll look at chat here in just a sec. Just getting busy looking at the table. Uh-oh, that's not. I'll just leave the excess on there to dry off here in a minute. All right. All right, I'm sure I've got some readies by now. Hi, Patricia Stubbs. Wow, you must live in a lot nicer neighborhood than we ever have. I don't know that, I don't know. Okay, JL's ready. I'm going to call number 6, you guys. Number 6. Add swirls. Add swirls. And I've already used my metallic paint. So I think I will go ahead and add swirls. Let's see, if I pull a color out of the napkin, that would look cool on there. Let's see here. Or I could use the red again, but in a paint. Get this dry some. Keep going out of shot. I guess I could lift that. There you go. Add swirls. I'll add my dotty swirls. I just got to get some paint and a sponge. I'll try to use some of this yellow ochre if it's not so full of globs that it can't be used. Let's see. Let's see. This paint has seen better days. I think I've had it in my stash for a very long time. That's one thing I like about adding a napkin. It gives you more colors to pull from. You can look in the napkin and see what colors were used in it that would look good with what you're doing. And they do some of the thinking for you. This paint's super sticky. I don't know if if it's divided and I squeezed out all of its stuff or what, but it's just acting weird. It's going through the stencil really nice though. Stenciling's better if you have very little paint on your sponge anyway. If you get too much paint, then it squeezes underneath and you end up with, you know, non-perfect whatever you're stenciling. So if you empty most of it back off onto your drop paper, or, you know, thin it out some, it will stencil better. All right, and I got a big old glob of paint there that's really oopy gooey. That's a term, oopy gooey. All right, I'm going to just drop this in some water. I trimmed the bushes down out to the left of the door as you go out, and I need to do the other ones, but with the bushes cut away, the cats are able to play with moths and stuff. Yep, napkins give you hints of what you can do to, pull everything together. Yeah, jelly plates are fun to use up your old paint. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this stuff is yellow ochre, and like I said, I've had it forever, and it's pretty solid in there. There's nothing to liquefy it, but I'm trying to use it up. I'm trying. It's still pretty thick. Well, sometimes that happens. It just gives you an excuse to try some of the new products that are out. Look, that's coming up. Let's see. Oh, and you guys, this thing here, this was $10, and I feel kind of bad because Scott said it would work better if I had more glue in here, but you're supposed to be able to squeeze this, and as you squeeze, see how the glue moves up? Maybe if I had the smaller one, it would work better. But he said I need to get another thing of glue and put it in here and then never take the lid off once I start using it. I can't get it squeezed to the top. But it's supposed to squeeze up to the top. Of course, it looks like my tip is plugged too. Let's see if that would help. There it goes. See, if it was fuller, I wouldn't have to squeeze nearly as hard. And see, it just squeezes out. And I like it, and maybe I'll like it more if I get some more tacky glue and fill this on up. And then when you let go, the bottle pulls it all back down to the bottom. So that's my review on that. Unless you can fill it all the way full, I wouldn't bother buying this great big one. I'd get the small one. I do like how it works. And if it was full, I wouldn't have to squeeze. And the tip is small, and you can switch this out to the bigger tip. And this thing sticks on here when you're trying to work, so it's not flopping all over. This way you don't lose track of the lid. And it doesn't have a pin in it or anything, though, so it doesn't go inside where the glue comes out. So sometimes that plugs up. So if I had my choice, I'd get the smaller one now and just refill it. I do like how it works. It's just I'm having to squeeze so hard right now. But Scott assures me that if I get another large bottle of tacky glue and fill it all the way up, it'll work a lot better. I'm a bit out of frame. Sorry. It came from Woodcraft. And if you look and see if there's a Woodcraft store in your area, that's where we got this. This size bottle was $9.53, but they have a smaller one that's only about this tall and a lot less around. So it would probably hold 4 ounces of the glue, which I wish I'd done. But this, when you press it, you press it here and you don't have to do the constant shaking up and down. That's the whole reason I wanted it, so I could buy the tacky glue in the great big bottles and for economy, for saving money. So I'll get another big bottle of tacky glue and fill it on up and see if that helps. Scott said what it does is when you squeeze it, the pressure pushes it up. And then when you're not using it and you set it back down, as long as you don't take this lid off, what you pressed in and pushed the glue up, it'll suck it back down into the main body of the container. So I'll get another big thing of tacky glue and we'll keep testing. Yeah, that's what Scott said, Susan. If I filled it all the way up, it would be better. All right, I've got a ready from Sharon. I'm going to call number 7. Add punched shapes or die cuts. Add punched shapes or die cuts. Punched shapes or die cuts. I've got some blue flowers right here, and this will get something off my desk. Well, I got the glue at the top of this thing. Oh, it's already started to go back down. There we go. I'll just use some tacky glue. If I can get it on here. I go and I get me a paper towel and then I toss it aside. Gotta get it back up here. But Woodcraft also has a website. Scott does, he does really good woodworking stuff too when he has time, but I keep refining my search for a new house, and I've been adding, make sure it has a garage to begin with so Scott can set up and be happy right away. Have all his tools in one place. There's probably not enough here to make sure some show up on every single ATC, but these were the leftovers from the ATCs I did a little bit ago. I did flowers on some. I don't think I shared the end results of those. I can show the ATCs. We only have 2 more. This one and 1 more, and then the sheets will all be full, and I can assign our teams or partners or whatever and swap out artist trading cards. Yeah, I think if I can just get this full, I'll get another one of those great big bottles of tacky glue. I like the tip on this because it puts out just a tiny little bit, which is perfect. This is the last flower. I'll put it down here. And I'm out of frame, but I have to get this closer so I can squeeze it. There we go. That's probably enough glue to stick that down. And then I'll put this back on here. Oh, goodness. Be safe, Allie. This guy cut Scott off today when we were coming back from, we went to that estate sale again. Scott was missing some parts, specialty hardware, and so he wanted to go check it out. So we went and did that. And was that today? Yeah, that was today. And this guy just came out and had instant karma. He cut Scott off, and there was a highway patrolman right behind us. So he got pulled over because he just came flying out of the parking lot of the gas station and just cut us right off. Scott said, instant karma. Woodcraft, WOODCRAFT.com, I think is the right and it's called, this is called a glue bot. GLU with the 2 dots above the U - bot. I don't remember how much the smaller bottle was, but this big one I got was over $9. So that's why I'm really hoping it works out when I get another big bottle. So I've got my flowers added. And Sharon says she's ready. So if you're not quite ready, take a second, write this next one down. Oh, I hate this one. Use your least favorite color. That would be orange. I just don't care for orange. And I'm just going to do, it doesn't say you have to add a lot. It just said add some. So I'm just going to get some orange, and I'm going to use a card and make lines. And knowing my luck, the next prompt will be make lines. But all right. Sorry. Let's see. Guess I'll do it over here in the sticky yellow paint. I got my Bondo spreader. Found out somebody I went to high school with that was a year younger than me. She just passed away. I don't know. I don't know what happened. And her sister is married to my cousin. So. Things happen. If you've lost touch with someone that you'd like to know how they're doing, I would encourage you to reach out, because we just don't know, how much longer we have in this earth. Earth time. Scott was one time years ago. He was talking about this young man he was on ship with from a small town in Ohio. And he really was wanting to get back in touch with him. And so there was there was an internet then, back about that time. So I started looking and I found a number and we called and we reached his mom and found out he'd been killed by a drunk driver. And Scott was devastated. He was so upset. And the lady wanted to know how Scott knew her son. And then she told him that her husband was laying in the hospital at the end of his life. And so for Scott to reach out right then after she'd lost her son and now her husband was dying, it just tore Scott up. He had a bad time with it. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Greg, what are all these pictures? You're freaking me out. I can't tell by the pictures, but it looks like something failed. The heck? Sorry guys, I don't know what my son is. He sent me this whole row of pictures with no explanation. I don't know what I'm supposed to. Looks like something fell. I don't know. That don't look right. Anyway, he knows how to freak me out. Yeah, orange and the blue look good together, but still not my favorite color. But Scott and I snuck off on our way back. We stopped at Stefano's for lunch, and it was very good on our excursion today. I'm kind of hoping for a morning at home tomorrow because we've been run all week, and then we've got to go to the house this weekend, and yeah. So I didn't mean to bum everybody out. Just that story came to mind, and it's just how my brain's working these days. So I'm ready for 9 whenever y'all are. Oh, Sharon says ready. Number 9. Add something that makes you smile. Oh, cool. I bet they're a lot less on Amazon, JL. I'll have to look that up. All right, something that makes me smile. Cats. Frog footprints. That's what I'll do. My mom got me this rubber stamp years ago, and I think it's the cutest thing. It looks like a little frog, but it's a rubber stamp. Uh-oh, it's not showing. And it's pulling the napkin up. Why is this napkin not setting? It's the metallic paint, I bet. Well, maybe this won't work. Let's see. What else can I do? I can't seem to stamp, so I won't do that. Let's see. I'm going to do white dots with the back of a paintbrush. I didn't mean to get white all over the lid. Every time I decide to do something like this, I always worry that the next prompt is going to be to do what I just did. Oh. I was bad and had stuffed manicotti and a piece of cheesecake. Well, we split the cheesecake. We didn't eat the whole piece. We didn't both get a piece. We split it. It's been a long time since I had pasta, so it was kind of a treat. All right, got white dots on there. I like to do the white dots. They make me smile. Oh. Most definitely, Kendra. Keep us posted. All right, I'm going to dry this while I'm waiting for someone to say ready. I I'm hoping clear coat will go ahead and seal everything down here at the end. We have just 3 more to go. Arlene says ready. All right, let me pop this off. And it says add numbers. Add numbers. And if I remember right, since I'm having trouble stamping, I think I came across the stencil in my stash that had numbers on it. I have a clock, that's numbers. Oh. All right, these are numbers. What color should I do my numbers in? They're great big numbers, but that'll be all right. What color? I'm thinking I might use that really dark blue. That ink spot, I think is the name of it. Ink spot. And with these being so big, only little pieces of them will show on each one. I love this. It's folk art, and the color is called Ink Spot, and it's the multi-surface paint. I'll look back at chat here in just a minute. Oh, it's just that metallic paint is just making it hard for anything to stick. Oh, you know what else? I put that Mod Podge on there stuff. That's probably messing me up some too. A lady I worked with at Michael's said that the best paint to do glass ornaments with is folk art enamel paint. She said it's the best enamel to do the glass ornaments. And she did the most beautiful hand-painted glass ornaments. And she'd bring them in, and she made one for everybody that worked there. It was amazing. And she'd do the funnest cupcakes. At Thanksgiving, she did turkeys. And at Halloween, she did ghosts and witches one time. Miss Helen was a lot of fun. Oh, now my fingers are getting goopy. Oh, I got a glob there. All right, I got numbers on mine. I've got stuff all in the walkway to the kitchen. Right. All right, I've got readies. All right, number 11. I'm going to have to dry mine before I do it, but I want to give you guys your prompt first. Add lines. Didn't I tell you guys that? Add lines. As soon as I did it, I knew it would be one of them. Add lines. All right, I'm going to dry this. I'll add some more lines. They don't have to be straight lines. They can be curved lines. I'm going to use this journaling genie thing with some black paint. I think I'll do the rainbow ones there at the top. Or I could do the spiral one to bring the spirals back up to the top. Or I could just do like this and do a little of each kind. Actually, I think I'm just going to do that one and just rotate it around. I don't know where I got these journaling genies. I think they were a thrift store find. But it's by Chatterbox. These are funky journaling spots by Journaling Genie. I don't even know if they're still available, but if you like them, you can go look for them. And that's a new way to add lines. Oh, see, that's what happens when you put too much paint. You get big old chunky fat lines. Good enough. I better stop while I'm ahead. Oh, that's good, Allie. I'm glad. Hello, Howard. Yes? What? Where's Callie, boys? You guys keep coming in and out, but where's Callie? Hey, TPU. I'm almost done. All right, last prompt. You guys ready for the last one? Use a Sharpie. Number 12 is use a Sharpie. So that's it. And I think I'll use the Sharpie after I cut them apart as my border. I can go around each card with the Sharpie. And that's what I'm going to do with mine. I don't know how I'm going to finish these up. I guess I'll wait and see what they look like when I get them cut apart. So I think I'm going to dry it and go ahead and cut these apart and see what they look like. Our son, I was looking, I don't know what y'all were talking about, but I saw where Holly said she was proud she raised her kids to be themselves, but I'm just old-fashioned enough to not always like what they do to themselves. You gotta love them. Which reminded me of this friend of my son. Her name was Sam, and she come over, and Scott called her tackle box because she had so many piercings in her face. He just called her tackle box. I said, you got to quit calling the girl tackle box. He said, well, she's got enough stuff in her face that we could go fishing. It's like, Lord. It's like, it's what they like to do. He's like, well, I think she's going to regret that one day. And I was like, well, that'll be her having to regret it, not us. Hi, Barb. Oh. Well, I hope that it's clear, Barb. I hope they don't find anything. I hope it was, what do they say, benign. I think it sucks that our bodies turn against us as we age. I'm just trimming off the excess napkin bits here so that it'll fit in the trimmer better. And I'm going to cut up the 10 ATCs. So if I do my 2.5 inch strips first, it works out better. So do 2.5 this way. Howard, 2.5, and then 2.5, and then 3.5. That'd be a pretty cool strip to just make a card with, like right there. I know, boys, I've pulled out a lot of stuff. They are not happy with me. Oh, these are going to be cool looking. 2.5, 2.5, because artist trading cards are 3.5 by 2.5. That's and then I got another spare little piece there. Hey guys, be nice. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. What do y'all think? I'll show you the ones I did the last few times here in just a minute. Let me finish chopping these up into the ATCs. And I don't throw my little bits away. I use them on cards. I make little tiles and make a card out of them. All right. Yeah, I don't even know who sent me that napkin, but it turned out really, really cool. It said use a Sharpie. And I like to do my borders by putting the my ruler down and then just do on the edge. Oh, I see. There's a little bit there. It needs to be trimmed away. Well, you guys got to behave badly now because I'm busy again. And I just think when you add a border on your ATCs, it gives them such a nice finished look like this. And I'll do this on each one. I think I've got somewhere on this, there it is. There's still some tissue. I'm just doing this to cover the edge so you don't see the core of the paper. And I'll do that on all those rest of those, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do on here. A very large cat is going to be in trouble. What are you doing? I don't know if there's like something out in the yard they want me to see, but they just keep going to the door. I was going to show you guys the ATCs that I did the last couple weeks because I finally finished them up. And I'll finish these up and get them in here, and then we'll only need next week's, and then on the 14th, that's the deadline to sign up, and then the 15th I will assign the groups of 5. All right, so these are the ones I finished up this week. Here's the one I did with the little beach houses with you guys. On the bottom, I just put tacky glue down and then put some of this. I got this on clearance at Michael's. This kind of stuff goes on clearance all the time at Michael's. There in the floral department. Just kind of watch seasonally. You can get sand. You can get weathered glass bits. You can get finer sand than this sometimes. The seasonal sands go on clearance, you know, after each holiday. So like they'll have the summer stuff was probably clearance now, and they'll get the same kind of gritty stuff in for Halloween, but in Halloween colors. And then in Christmas, you have Christmas colors, the gold and the red and the green. So always look at those. There's an aisle. So you got 2 sides on your aisle. Like if you're in the floral department, you might have styrofoam on one side and then the floral arranging stuff on the other. And then you'll have end caps on each end of the aisles. I'm just teaching you. For anybody that doesn't know retail, the end caps are at the end of each aisle. Then the little things on the side panels of the end caps, those are called power panels by a lot of stores. And then other stores call them something else, and I can't remember what it is, but I have always called them power panels. That's where you find this decorative sand that goes periodically clearance. So check that. So that was for July 24th. And then this is the ATC that I just finished up for August 1st because we didn't meet on Wednesday, which would have been the 31st. So I did these for August 1st. And it says, "Let your dreams blossom." And that one just said, "By the sea." So these are how I finished things up. This is the one I was going to put cats on, but I decided on the little black bird instead. And it says, "If you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down." So my sheets are filling up. These will go in here and then one more and we'll be swapping. And this binder will be empty again until I get some in from y'all. So that's all I really had for tonight, unless you guys want to do something else. I was going to sign off at 11, so this works out perfect. 5. 5 in each group. And I have some people that said that, I know Mary and then a couple others said that they'd be willing to do 2 groups if I needed them to help me fill up multiple groups. So I know I have enough to swap with 10 people, and I know Mary does, but there were some other folks that said they'd be glad to swap with more too. So we'll see how it works out. Of course, I don't want to, if Mary and I are both in the same group, I would only send to Mary one time, and she would only send to me one time. So you'd only send to each person one item. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. But I guess what you do is when you get your group, if you see that there's duplicates, and if you wanted to be in 2 groups, if there's duplicates, don't send to the person that you sent in your first group. Don't send it if they're in your second group. So I'll work it out. We'll work it out. I think there's 14 signed up right now. So that's 2 groups of 5 and 1 of 4, unless somebody else wants to sign up in there. I've been getting, I wanted to address this before I leave. I've been getting a lot of friend requests, but I don't just friend folks when they friend me unless I know who you are from YouTube to Facebook. I don't want to just friend people that are, requesting friendship, because you don't know if they're bots or whatever. And I don't want to add people to my group that are just there to cause trouble either, So I'm trying to figure out, maybe shoot me an email. My email address is in my About section of my YouTube homepage. So if you go to my About, my email is in there. You can email me there and say, look, this is me on YouTube. This is me on Facebook. And then I can click you through and we can talk and get you in the group if you're interested in participating in the swap. I would need to get that taken care of this week. So I wanted to bring that up before I sign off. And Mary will be on in the morning. Mary aims for, I think it's 4:30 a.m., Mary, Central Time. So that's 5:30 my time, Eastern Time. And Mary's an early bird on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then she's on Friday night, 7:30 Central Time. Yeah, I've just been getting so many lately. I'm not clicking them through unless I get a separate email. So I know that it's somebody from the YouTube community, because it's just crazy the amount I've been getting lately. Yes, Mary's 4:30 a.m. Central and 7:30 p.m. Central on Fridays. Yeah. Okay. And let's see. Tomorrow night, Beth will be on. Beth, what time, hon? It's 7 Eastern. And the reason I'm switching my time, that's another thing. I'm not going to be on until 8 p.m. Eastern from now on, simply because I found it works better. So dinner is out of the way for everybody. Yes, Beth will be 7 Eastern tomorrow, but my lives won't start till 8 from now on. That way, everybody on the East Coast and Central are done with dinner, and everybody that's toward the West Coast is closer to home than if I went on at 7. Yeah, I'm not interested in a bunch of ads on my Facebook page. I'm just not. And Beth's going to be doing a farm goat. My mama has goats. See, Janice, that's what I'm worried about. That it's just, that's why I said if you really and truly want to friend me over there on Facebook and want to get in my group, shoot me an email to the email address in my about section and we'll get it taken care of. I can't just, I can't just click everybody through. That's just not going to work. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. And I think I've covered everything that I was going to cover. I need to start making notes. I need to get back to making a list before the lives. So I'll check with you guys later and take care. Be safe. Have a good night. And I'll see you next time.